We are back. Okay. Ready?
We're back or we are back?
We're back. We are. We're back.
Ready?
We are back. We are back.
We're gonna pick. We are back.
Okay. We are back.
1, 2,
3.
We are back. We have not gone anywhere. Sometimes you gotta take a little bit of a break.
Life's complicated.
We've had a lot of stuff going on.
So Jesse, let's clear something up here. Everyone thinks that you live 2 miles away from me because we see each other so often. So what is actually the distance?
So here's a little thing that we have to deal with internally is that I live 2 hours from him, and Zach lives every bit of 2 hours from you, and he's 45 minutes from me.
Yeah.
Keith is
a big triangle.
An hour
Keith's
from
an hour
you.
north.
So we actually don't all live in the same area, which is kind of
Makes it a little difficult.
It is a little bit difficult.
Yeah, so logistics are hard.
Sometimes getting footage or recording, if I come down and try to help him, it's a whole process. So the whole build with the camper, we just kind of lost track of it. It's finished.
Yeah, the camper is absolutely done, and it worked out great. We took a trip with it. We did 10,000 miles with it. Went around the country. It worked out great. And the last thing to really do is the walk around. But life got hectic, man, to say the least. A lot has changed, like Jesse said.
It was hard to coordinate a time to sit down and do a proper walk around of it. But we will. I promise. We'll probably film it inside of here because this is a very big building. You're going to love it. This thing turned out so good. Did your wife like it? That's the most important part.
Stephanie loved it because it had a bathroom and a shower and a sink and a heater. All the amenities a modern female needs.
Did you paint it?
I did paint it.
What color?
Gray.
Should we show them a picture of it for those of you who might not have seen it completed?
Did turn out quite well, and I'm really excited to share it with you guys and finish that wraparound.
The wraparound? Are we gonna wrap it?
I always say that. We're gonna wrap it with a bow.
Are we?
Yes.
Huh. That is.
You know those big bows that come on the Mercedes dealers? Tell them where you've been and what you've been doing, dude, because it is interesting stuff.
Okay, so I've been working on starting a production company. I love videography. I love photography. If you follow me on Facebook, you see that I post pictures and video projects I've been working on. I've done a music video for a local band. I've been doing corporate videos. I've been a second shooter for other production companies, and I've been having a blast. There's so much to learn, and I'm hoping to take this channel to the next level in the production aspect. The channel taught me that I loved filming and stuff. So I'm really trying to just learn and try to get better at that. And we used to film on iPhones. Like, actually, everything on the channel was filmed on iPhones. We never had microphones or audio, so it was basically whatever we got from this is what you guys got. So we're trying to up our game, going on into the future. I hope it looks better for you guys. My goal is that I want to produce videos that look good and that are easy to watch and sound good, and hopefully that works out for everyone. But, Henry, what have you been up to this summer?
As you know, we haven't put out too much content because of the busyness of what's been going on. So, me and my wife, Stephanie, have bought a building. We're actually currently sitting in it. It's an old garage, and we're going to turn it into a import repair garage. We're also going to be doing all of the build content and all of the how-to content here at this shop. So this is the level up. If you've been watching the channel, you've seen us start in the little tin garage with the little heater Jeep. And the little Jeep and a horrible audio. And every time the heater came on, you couldn't hear what I was saying. And then I got my house garage up and going. We moved. And that garage was a lot better. That one had a little quieter heater. It had better lighting, and it had a lift in it and insulation, which was really nice because it was nice and warm. And now we're sitting in an actual 30 by 60 building that has plenty of room to add on to, which we're planning to do. And I've been really busy trying to make this dream happen because, let's be realistic. If we want to take it to the next level, it takes a lot of work. And like Jesse stated, we live really far apart. Contrary to popular belief, Jesse doesn't live 2 miles away, but it's all pulling back together now, right here, and you're watching it happen.
And I think for a lot of the builds and maybe like the how-tos and stuff, I do plan on being up here a lot more often. That way he can be the teacher and I'll focus on the filming. That way he doesn't have to try to worry about both because sometimes that becomes a lot on your plate.
How hard is that to edit?
You don't even want to know. Let me tell you, whenever I come down here, it was almost like once every couple of weeks or maybe a month, I'd come down here and he would dump all of his footage onto my computer.
Oh, a dump is the word.
I would go home and each day that he filmed had like 10 hours of him just walking around the garage. Sometimes you were on the phone for 45 minutes and the camera was still rolling. And I'd have to go through all the footage. And it's hard, it's really hard to concentrate on a build. And you had a pretty hard time limit on that. I don't know if everyone really knew that, but
No, I don't think they did.
You started this project. So we
4 months.
let me just explain everything that happened with all this. So we went on this trip and we were going to release all that. Henry wanted to build this camper so bad that actually, I think it was the first week we were back from a 36-day trip.
Yeah.
That you started cutting into that thing.
Yeah. Then I drove out to Indiana to get the truck.
To get the truck, yeah.
And that threw everything off. It threw everything off kilter because I was so excited about it and wanted to get into it so bad.
Yeah.
That I wasn't ready to do that. And Jesse wasn't ready to do that. But trying to be a good friend, he jumped right in. It just caused a conundrum for the filming. Like, it was extremely difficult for me to film and to give to Jesse. And most of the footage I kept giving him was basically just my rear end facing the camera.
There was a lot of that.
Yeah.
I
kept forgetting where it was.
I saved you guys a lot of seeing Henry's butt.
Yeah.
All right, so Henry, why don't you give us a tour of this facility that you have purchased?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we'll go check it out. So let's go outside and do that.
Yeah.
So this is the outside of the building. She's a 1948 Amco station that we're going to convert into Russo's Import Auto Works. That is going to be our repair garage. Hopefully off to the right of the building. We're going to extend it and build a couple bays, and that's going to be where all like the build stuff comes from, which I am super excited about because, as you know, we're into the off-road stuff. So this building was equipped with old lighting that would shoot downward, and it's a really unique look. So we're going to restore those lightings. It's kind of vintage. It just looks cool. Hopefully, if I could save up enough money, we're going to do the name of the business, Russo's Import Auto Works, in neon lights, or at least a Russo's part. That's kind of like cool. The building itself, the reason it's still shiny is I didn't know this. The metal panels they put on them are ceramic coated, which is really neat. It's always shiny. It's really cool looking. The doors were replaced already, which is great. I do have to raise them up a little because unfortunately they're a little bit too low on the track. No big deal. This direction here, hopefully in the future, we're going to add on to the building, and that's where all the fun stuff's going to be done. Don't worry about that. That's changing. That's the old business hours and so on. So here we are in the office. The office is fortunately a pretty good size because the building is 60 by 30 and the office is 14 by 14. We're going to clean it all up, paint it, and we're going to raise the roof to 13 feet because currently it has a drop ceiling in it from like the 90s. So that's going. Outfitted all nice so it's a comfortable lounge for customers and Stephanie and I, since we'll be spending a lot of time in here. These old fuel stations had the bathrooms outside. You know, they'd give you the key with that huge thing hanging from it so you couldn't possibly steal the bathroom key. This had those. So this was the boys' room, which you could access from out here or the outside, obviously the mechanics. And then next to it's a girls' room. But as you can see, it's raised and it's a weird shape. This bathroom is elevated because it was level to walk in from outside the building, but it really messes up the floor plan. So we're gonna cut this section out and then build a smaller bathroom to the right. Now, as you can see, she's no gem. The sink is basically falling off and along with the drawers. The toilet is currently not bolted down. It moves. So we're gonna fix that. And through this tiny door is the new bathroom. This was the girls' bathroom and has been currently a ratty storage bin. So this is gonna become a nice little bathroom. We have some work to do. All right, next thing we're gonna check out is the Wall of Dreams. So this wall is what I'm calling the Wall of Dreams. This is obviously the south wall of the building where it ends. And the idea, the reason I call it the Wall of Dreams is there's a door right here, and that door currently just goes outside. But what I hope to have in the future is a neon sign that blinks that says on air. And what's going to be through that wall is going to be an expansion of the shop, which will be where all the builds occur, all the fun stuff, the overlanding stuff, all the things that we love, right? The things that I like to build, the stuff that gets us out there for the adventure. I do hope in the upcoming years that that will become a thing. We'll keep you updated on that. So as you see in the background here is a bunch of cabinets and toolboxes. I've been all over Marketplace collecting deals on toolboxes and equipment for the shop, lifts and everything else. So we went with Husky. It's affordable and it's good quality. Yeah, just some toolboxes. Collecting equipment is necessary for running a business. So as you can see on the floor, it looks like ancient hieroglyphics, and it's actually my math, which looks like hieroglyphics. This is the floor plan for where the lifts are gonna go, and there's a crane that swings between both bays to pick everything up. And if you look a little further, there's a square around it. The reason for that is the floor has cracked pretty severely in the center, and I just don't feel comfortable putting the lifts on it with the crane in this small area. So we're actually gonna cut the floor out and put a new floor in the center to make it safe and solid. Now's the time to do it before everything gets in here. So we have to the left of me this thing. This is the old single post lift, and that grease around it isn't from cars leaking, it's from it leaking. This was the only way to pick up cars in the 40s, I guess, and it's still here. So it's going. I don't know what it's gonna take to get that out, but we gotta get it out. It's missing the pole that would support it, which means if it was up and there was a car in it, you could spin the car around on it. It would just spin, because it's only held up by air and hydraulic fluid. These things are very scary, and if you have one in your shop and it's old and clapped out, I suggest you do not use it. We're pulling this out. She's going. It's very important to have good lighting in your shop, because the shop's kind of dark already. So we're gonna update all the lighting to a nice LED. I might go with that honeycomb one because they look really cool. And we're gonna do a black ceiling, white walls, gray down low, black lifts, black toolboxes. This way everything's aesthetically pleasing. You know, first you sell the sizzle, then the steak. We do have a lot of stuff to rip off the ceiling. There's a lot of old wiring and kind of layers and layers and layers of years of bad electrical work that we have to upgrade. But when that's all said and done, it should look really nice.
Ugh. You have so many plans for this, and I cannot wait to see this come together.
It's got so much potential. It's not like
So
the
much.
biggest thing. It's nothing like your garage, but it's got a lot of potential. It's gonna fit what we're doing perfectly. So now that you guys are filled in on where we were, where we are, and what we're doing, I'm so glad to share this with you, and I'm so excited that you're coming with us on the next level.
Let's do it. Chapter 2.
Chapter 2!